The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, and welcome to the AMT webinar, Almost There, How to Apply for Your AMT Certification. I'm Mary Spila, a manager with AMT, and I want to send you a message on behalf of all 100,000 AMT members that we look forward to you joining AMT. An important step toward obtaining your professional credential is completing your application for certification. In this informational session for students, our AMT certification expert, Christina Cormany, is here to set you up for success by explaining the whole certification process. Our total running time for this session with Q&A will be about 30 minutes. At the moment, your microphone is muted. For asking questions, we encourage you to submit them via that questions box that you can see on the side of your screen as we go along. We have Freddie Aviles, a customer service representative, answering those questions for you. After Christina's presentation, if you'd like to ask a question verbally, please use those controls to raise your hand and we'll call your name and unmute you so everyone can hear your question. And now, here's Christina.
Thanks, Mary. And hello, everyone. My name is Christina Cormany, and I work in the Business Development Department here at AMT. My role is dedicated to serving schools and helping them with everything related to certification for their students. The purpose of this webinar is to get you ready to submit your application for certification testing. AMT wants to ensure that you feel comfortable, confident, and ready to successfully pass your exam. Here's a little information about AMT. We are a nonprofit certification organization and professional membership association. We were started by allied health professionals, and we have been in business for over 80 years. We currently have over 100,000 active certified members, and our headquarters is located in Rosemont, Illinois, about 20 minutes north of Chicago. And we currently have 11 different certification options. Certification has value, so let's start with why you should get certified. There are so many different benefits to certification, so let's dive right in. Many employers actually require you to have certification nowadays. It can increase your earning potential. Adding professional credentials after your name definitely looks better on your resume, and it really sets yourself apart from others. It shows that you have the skill set and knowledge for the field that you are in, and also allows you to build your reputation while you professionally develop yourself. Additionally, some schools pay for their students to test, so it's especially helpful if it's being paid for. You should take advantage of that. Plus, since you are a current student, all of the information is still fresh, so it makes the most sense to test during your program. AMT is very well respected in the industry by hiring managers and work peers. We are also cost effective, so this is a great option for students, even if the school does not necessarily cover your exam fee. Once you pass, you are automatically moved into membership with AMT and part of a professional society. We offer in-person learning, networking, and leadership opportunities to allow you to continuously work on professionally developing yourself. And we have an easy way to maintain your certification as well. Before we talk about how to apply, I want to tell you about our AMT Edge Student Readiness Program. I'll briefly go over what it includes, but please visit the EDGE website, www.americanmedtech.org/edge for more details. So it is a free program that gets you started on certification and your journey along the way, and it introduces you to AMT. The activities are quick and fun and gets you interacting. And there are also some incentives along the way, such as random drawings for gift cards. Everyone who completes the program gets a special EDGE completion packet in the mail. You get a little card you can pin up with AMT contact information on it, and you'll receive some AMT logo items like a lanyard, a pen, and stickers. The random drawings throughout the EDGE program have a nice gift card incentive that you can look forward to receiving via email. As I had mentioned before, you will get a series of 8 different emails, and each email will have information, instructions, and activities. This is a very brief summary of what those emails include. They include everything from learning about certification and how to succeed on your exam to how to actually complete your AMT application. All right, moving on to the application process. It's simple and all online. First, you will want to create an account, and you can do this by visiting the AMT website. Once you're there, you will want to click Login, then create an account. You'll want to follow the simple steps to create an online profile, and you will want to make sure that you remember your login information. You will need it to apply. After you've created the online profile, then you can start the application process. You will want to click the blue Apply Online button, and this is where you will be entering your login information, your username and password. Here's some information about the application. Each application has a lifespan of 1 year from the date of submission. AMT application fees are non-refundable. And for medical assisting and phlebotomy only, you can actually choose to test either on site or online. I personally recommend testing at a Pearson VUE testing location, as it provides you with a real feel of a secured exam. And many of our schools are actually already Pearson VUE testing sites, so definitely double check with your instructor or program director. Online testing with AMT is referred to as live remote proctoring, or LRP for short. If you are interested in the live remote proctoring option, here are some very important notes to remember. It allows you to test at home rather than traveling to a testing location. It is securely administered through Pearson VUE. Once again, it is only currently available for medical assisting and phlebotomy only. And your computer will need to pass a systems compatibility check at the time that you're applying. You can also find out more information on LRP in our blog post, Ready to Take Your Exam at Home. We used medical assisting in this example, but if you are getting a different certification, you would click that one. So choose your certification type. Select Route 1 for education, since you are all students. Choose your examination format. If you are taking RMA or RPT, this is where you would particularly indicate if it's online or on-site testing. Again, a system compatibility check to determine if your PC will allow you to take your exam at home will be needed to be completed during this portion of the application. Then you can complete some personal information and then head on over to the next section, which is the education and training. Entering in your education information is really important. Please do not skip this step. You will want to connect your application to your school where you attended your program. You can do this by clicking on Search for School and then entering in your organization ID number. Your instructor should provide you with the number, so please make sure to ask them if you do not have that information before you apply. Then simply select your school from the list. Complete the remainder of the application. You can skip the employment history, as this does not apply to you since you are currently enrolled students. And then continue to the examinee agreement, read and click agree to submit, which you would then bring you to the payment page. If you are paying individually, this is where you would enter your credit card information and click on process order. If your school is paying, you will click My Organization Will Pay. You will then use the coupon code provided by your instructor and enter it in the space provided and then click process order. If you do not have the code, please ask your instructor. AMT is not allowed to give this out to you. Once you enter your payment, click on process order. And now the application is officially submitted to AMT. That's it. Your application is now complete and will begin going through processing. Please allow about 7 to 10 business days for standard processing times. And you can visit the AMT portal to track your application and see your overall status or pending items that you may still need to submit. All right, so let's talk about finally getting ready to schedule your exam with the Pearson VUE Testing Center near you. AMT uses Pearson VUE to administer all of our exams. If your school is a Pearson VUE testing location, try to take advantage of testing on campus. Some schools that are a Pearson VUE testing location schedule on behalf of their students, so you will want to double check that with your instructor and find out prior to scheduling yourself. If your school is not a Pearson VUE testing center, don't be discouraged because Pearson has many locations all across the country. You can find out available testing locations, dates, and times at the website shown on the screen. I do recommend searching for the locations once you have received your authorization to test letter. That way you get a sense of where you will most likely be testing at. You can certainly call the number shown as well to schedule. Just make sure that you have your AMT ID number ready when doing so. Here are some important exam site procedures to keep in mind. Each applicant will need to bring 2 valid forms of identification. Both of them must have a signature and at least one having a photo. Your name and address information must match both identifications and the authorization to test letter. So you will need to ensure that you bring that authorization letter with you for your scheduled exam date as well. Identification cards can be driver's license, state ID, passports, military issue ID cards for primary IDs, and secondary IDs can consist of any ID that has your name and signature on it. Again, it is very important that your name and address information match on both the ID and the letter. If you need to update your name, there is a name change form on your AMT portal. You will need to fill it out and include proper documentation for proof of the name change. Please allow about 4 to 5 business days for the name change to be updated. And if you need to update your name or address, you must do this before scheduling your exam. All right, let's tackle some of that test anxiety and get you prepared for testing. Details vary per certification, so depending on which exam you will be taking, questions can range anywhere from 200 to 230 multiple choice questions, and you will be given anywhere from 2 to 3.5 hours to complete. You will find out on the spot if you passed or failed. Your score will actually appear on the screen at the conclusion of the exam. You will be given 4 lifetime chances as long as you meet the current eligibility requirements at the time. And there is a retesting fee, and fees do vary per certification. Each test question is carefully crafted to be understood in a positive, straightforward manner and is focused on real-world tasks rather than theory or academic topics. It is never our intention to trick you, but rather ensure that you have the basic entry-level knowledge to perform your job. None of the questions are written to be answered as essay, short answer, or fill in the blank. They are all multiple choice questions. Typically, AMT exams does not include true or false questions. And please note, these are general rules for questions, so occasionally one might appear, but it's our intention to keep questions as straightforward and as clear as possible. There are no negative questions. Negative questions are those that have answers such as all of the following except, or which of the following it is not. None of the answers are all of the above or none of the above. Then, to build confidence so you feel ready to test, here are some resources we have you to prepare for the test. Each practice exam comes with 2 full-length attempts, and they are timed. You will be able to get your score immediately, and it replicates the testing environment online with a timer and consists of all multiple choice questions. Questions that are not answered correctly are flagged, so you immediately know what you got incorrect. That way you can prepare more in those specific targeted areas. Another great resource that is free is the content outline of the exam. You can actually download this from our website. The information varies per certification, but this is a really nice way to know exactly what to prepare and study for. The exam content is broken up per category, subcategory, competency, and work areas as well. So I highly recommend you check that out. Yay, you passed your exam. Some of you may be wondering, what exactly does that mean for you now? Your scores are automatically transmitted to AMT, typically about 24 to 48 hours after you have taken the exam. Official final transcripts bearing a graduation date must be submitted to AMT. If you are sending them yourself, they will need to be official. However, AMT does accept unofficial transcripts so long as they come from the school and have a graduation date listed on them. This is a picture of a group of students who went to take their exam together, and they all passed, so they sent a selfie to AMT. We love to see your pictures, so send them in or post them on social media, and don't forget to tag us. Be proud of your accomplishment. So becoming a member of AMT is just the start to your professional development. Once you're a member, you will want to ensure you keep up with your membership. AMT has a certification continuation program, also known as CCP, and each certification will vary with how many points are required to maintain being active. Annual renewal fees are also part of maintaining your certification, and prices do vary per certification as well. You'll also want to make sure that you always try to abide by professional standards. And AMT has an easy way to track your points through a system, Amtrax. You can actually download Amtrax on your smartphone, and it acts like a shortcut. So as I had mentioned, information varies per certification. So here is a breakdown of each of the certifications, their annual renewal fees, and the points that are needed for each of the certifications' 3-year cycles. Members do get discounts as being a member with AMT. Here are some of those different options for earning CEs in different ways. AMT also sends out a monthly member update email notification. We also have a text option available as well. Try to take part in joining AMT online communities. It's an online forum that allows you to chat and connect with others who are also preparing for their exams. You will need to have an AMT account, and when you go to your homepage, you will be able to see the AMT online communities. Check out the AMT blog, and lastly, follow us on social media.
Great, thanks, Christina. This is Mary again. For social media, I want to put in a special plug for YouTube. We have a whole channel of short videos with tons of information and ideas. And in the chat, you will see a link to the playlist that's created for you. So please take a look there. The information that Christina has presented here is there for you, as well as other short videos about probably pretty much answering any question that you can think of. But we're here now to answer your questions. You can put them in the question box on your screen or raise your hand and we'll unmute you and you can pose your question. If you do think of a question later, please feel free to email us at that address that's on the screen right now. It's mail@americanmedtech.org or phone our customer service team. Again, check out our website and YouTube. And there are a couple of questions that are, here's a question, Christina, with regard to what score is required to pass the test?
That's a great question. You do need a score of 70% or higher in order to be considered passed.
Great, thanks. And the fee for phlebotomy certification. Is there a separate fee? Is there a separate fee for international?
Actually, that's another great question. Yes, there is. So for national phlebotomy certification exams, the fee is $125, and internationally, the fee would be $155.
Thanks, Christina. The next question is, are the webinars recorded and available for schools to provide information for students pursuing certification? Yes, all those who registered for this webinar will receive a copy, and you will also find in our YouTube channel a very similar video that has the same information, similar information to that presented today.
There is an additional question. It says, what can we expect to see on the phlebotomy AMT exams? So we do have a content outline that you can download for free from the AMT website. If you visit the website, www.americanmedtech.org, find the resources link that has a lot of rich, valuable information and resources for all different types of customers.
Yes, and you can do a search for exam content outline. There is an exam content outline for every certification with detailed information about what you can expect for each exam. So I don't see any more questions. And again, we're happy to answer them if you think of them later. And we're going to close now with our best wishes to you for success on your exam. And we're really looking forward to you all becoming members of the AMT National Professional Organization. This webinar is now ended.